The desert looks dead until it decides to prove you wrong. It's the world's biggest optical illusion. Quiet, empty, motionless, until something moves, and then suddenly everything's alive, and usually something's about to die. Welcome to the Preda Planet Desert Files, where every grain of sand hides a survivor, every shadow hides a killer, and every noise could be the last thing you hear. If you haven't hit subscribe, do it now. Because if you're gonna walk through North America's deadliest deserts with us, you'll need every ounce of knowledge you can get. Now, let's set the scene. It's high noon in the Sonoran Desert. Heat waves bend the horizon. Lizards are sprinting like they're late for work. And somewhere, under a rock, under your boot, maybe even under your sleeping bag, something is watching. The desert doesn't play favorites. It's survival of whoever has the patience to outwait death. Let's start with a sound everyone recognizes. That infamous rattle. You hear it once, you're Roadrunner. Death on two legs. You might know the Roadrunner from the cartoons, but forget the slapstick. This bird is a cold-blooded assassin wrapped in feathers. Yes, it's fast, but that's just the trailer. The real show starts when it spots prey. Rattlesnakes, lunch, lizards, scorpions, even small birds, appetizers. And when a Roadrunner goes for a kill, it's not graceful, it's brutal. It grabs its prey and beats it against the ground like it owes money. In the middle of all that chaos, the Roadrunner still manages to look calm, head tilting, feathers ruffling like it's thinking, "You really thought I was just a cartoon?" That's the desert rule. Never underestimate what looks harmless. Even the cute ones have body counts out here. The coyote, the desert's CEO. Next up, the ultimate opportunist, the coyote. If survival were a company, the coyote would be the CEO, CFO, and janitor all at once. It's adaptable, intelligent, and not afraid to do the dirty work. Coyotes don't specialize in anything, and that's their secret weapon. They'll eat fruit, insects, garbage, rodents, you name it. They hunt solo when the pickings are slim, or form packs when it's game time. They've learned how to read the desert's algorithm. What moves, what breathes, what panics, and they exploit it with military precision. You'll never hear them sneaking up, but once they start howling, that's the sound of an ecosystem clocking in for the night shift. Scientists have tracked coyotes adjusting their diets and hunting strategies in real time to follow drought cycles. You can't outsmart a species that literally evolves mid-sentence. And yet, their greatest weapon isn't their teeth, it's their teamwork. Coyotes and badgers have been seen hunting together. The coyote chases above ground while the badger digs below. One drives, one catches. That's not nature. That's strategy. That's synergy. That's desert diplomacy. The bobcat, the silent accountant of death. Now, meet the bobcat. If the coyote is the CEO, the bobcat is the accountant, quiet, calculating, and obsessed with clean execution. It's not loud, it doesn't brag, it doesn't even roar, it just appears. At 30 pounds of muscle and reflexes, it's smaller than most predators, but more precise than any of them. Bobcats don't waste energy. Every step, every breath, every blink has purpose. They prefer the rocky edges of the desert, hunting rabbits, quail, and sometimes even young deer. They stalk from a low crouch, freeze mid-step when the wind shifts, and wait for the perfect moment. A few seconds of stillness before the storm. Then, one explosion of motion. That's it. No second attempt. No messy follow-up. When you see a bobcat, you're not witnessing a hunt. You're witnessing execution done right. It's the ultimate reminder that silence isn't weakness. It's confidence. Even the tarantula steps carefully when the Arizona bark scorpion is around. Small, translucent, and impossible to spot until it's too late. This little nightmare is the most venomous scorpion in North America. Its sting feels like fire running through your nerves. Burning, pulsing, relentless. It doesn't care about size or strength. It just waits until you make the mistake of thinking you're safe. If the desert had a boss level, this is it. No roars, no chase scenes, just stillness and pain. Even the coyote watches where it steps when the scorpions come out. The lesson of the desert. So what do all these predators have in common? One word: efficiency. In the desert, every calorie counts. Every mistake costs water, energy, or life. The strong survive, but only the strategic thrive. You can't fight the heat. You can't beat the drought. You learn to adapt, move smart, and strike with purpose. Maybe there's a lesson in that, one that goes beyond nature, because the desert doesn't reward effort. It rewards execution. The sun drops, the sand cools, night creeps back over the horizon, and the predators clock in for round 2. This is Preda Planet, and we've only just started to scratch the surface of the wildest, most dangerous deserts in North America. Hit that subscribe button and drop a comment. Tell us which predator blew your mind. Because out here, every shadow has a story, and we're just getting started. You ever stare at the desert long enough and swear it's breathing? Heat ripples like smoke, wind whispers like it's got gossip, and the sand, well, the sand moves like it's alive. That's because out here, everything is playing mind games. Welcome back to Preda Planet, where the rules of survival are rewritten by the smartest, sneakiest, and most stubborn creatures North America's deserts have to offer. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, do it now, because by the end of this episode, you're either going to love the desert or never step foot in it again. The Gila monster, the patient poison. First up, the Gila monster. It looks slow, bloated, and kind of lazy, like a reptile that ate Thanksgiving dinner and never recovered. But don't let the sluggish walk fool you. This lizard is a venomous landmine in scales. The Gila monster is one of only 2 venomous lizards in North America. It doesn't chase prey. It ambushes, clamps down, and does not let go. Its venom isn't injected like a snake's. It flows from grooves in its teeth while it chews. Yeah, chews. Imagine something biting down and calmly marinating you in poison like it's basting ribs. That venom, it hits the nerves hard. You lose feeling, control, and composure. But here's the wild part. That same venom inspired modern diabetes medicine. Nature's twisted like that. It tries to kill you and cure you at the same time. The Gila monster spends 95% of its life underground. It doesn't need to move much because when it strikes, it makes it count. In the desert, that's the real flex. Winning by conserving energy. And the Gila monster's been doing that for millions of years. If patience was deadly, this would be the king. The desert hawk. Sky sniper. Now look up, way up. The desert skies belong to the Harris's hawk, a bird so sharp it makes the military jealous. Most hawks hunt solo, but not this one. This is the wolf pack of the skies. They hunt in groups. Coordinated, precise, relentless. One flushes prey out, another dives in from above, and the third cuts off escape. Teamwork makes the kill work. You'll see them perched like sentinels on saguaros, motionless, scanning, computing. When they finally dive, it's not random chaos, it's strategy on wings. The Harris's hawk doesn't just eat, it executes. And that's why native tribes once called it the desert's judge, because if it's circling above you, your case has already been closed. Get the kangaroo rat. Tiny body, big brain. Alright, we've been talking killers, but this next one is straight survival genius. Meet the kangaroo rat, the tiny desert accountant who literally owes nothing to water. It can go its entire life without drinking a single drop. Instead, it extracts moisture from the seeds it eats and recycles every molecule through a metabolism so efficient it'd make NASA jealous. Its kidneys are mini miracles, squeezing every ounce of hydration like the desert taxes itself. And when danger comes, the kangaroo rat jumps 6, sometimes 9 feet in a single bound. It's like watching a popcorn kernel with Wi-Fi reflexes. Owls, snakes, foxes, they all want it, but few ever catch it. Every predator that hunts the kangaroo rat ends up learning a lesson in humility. And the rat? It just goes back to counting seeds and running its empire. In the desert, brains beat brawn every single time. The kit fox, the desert's ghost. If you blink, you'll miss it. The kit fox is a masterclass in quiet domination. Big ears, small body, massive IQ. It moves like smoke and listens like sonar. Its ears tuned to pick up the faintest rustle of a beetle 2 dunes away. It doesn't hunt for sport, it hunts for efficiency. Burrowing owls, mice, lizards, all part of the menu. But here's the flex. It uses its burrow like an air-conditioned bunker, avoiding the heat of day and stepping out like a silent assassin at night. When the moon's up and the desert cools, that's Kit Fox prime time. No noise, no panic, no wasted motion. Just business. Even coyotes give it a wide berth. Not because it's stronger, but because they know. In the desert, silence means danger. The Kit Fox isn't famous, but it's undefeated. And that's the kind of power you don't advertise. The desert isn't full of monsters, it's full of masterminds. Every creature here has found a loophole in the laws of survival. The Gila monster uses chemistry. The Harris's hawk uses teamwork. The kangaroo rat uses math. The kit fox uses stealth. The sidewinder uses geometry. And the caterpillar, it uses pure bluffing. That's the miracle of the desert. It turns adaptation into art. You're watching Preda Planet, the only place where evolution's weirdest ideas get their spotlight. If you're loving the ride, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment. Which desert predator earned your respect today? Next up, we're going deeper. The dunes hide secrets. The night hides hunters, and the mirage, it hides truth. Stay tuned. Because this desert, it's only getting hotter. When the sun drops, the desert doesn't sleep. It exhales. The heat finally lifts, the air hums, and what was still all day begins to crawl, slither, flutter, and hunt. Most people think daytime in the desert is dangerous. They've clearly never met the night shift. This is pre-planet, and we're stepping into the hours where the brave get quiet and the quiet start killing. If you're watching in the dark, maybe leave a light on, just in case. The great horned owl, the phantom pilot. The desert has a new apex when night hits, and it doesn't hiss or rattle. It whooshes. That's the sound of the great horned owl, the silent bomber of the night sky. Its wings are engineered to muffle sound so perfectly that scientists still study the physics of its flight. By the time you hear it, it's already gone, and something else has stopped breathing. It hunts rabbits, snakes, even skunks. Yes, skunks. Because smell doesn't matter when you don't miss. But the scariest thing? Its eyes. Those golden eyes don't blink like ours. They lock. They see through low light, movement, and panic. An owl doesn't chase. It calculates. It waits on a cactus or rock, motionless, and then dives with precision that looks supernatural. If the day belongs to the hawk, the night is owned by the owl. In the desert, silence isn't peace. It's predation in stealth mode. The desert coyote. Nighttime CEO. You thought the just results. If the night had management, the coyote would be the shift supervisor, the vampire bat, the surgeon. Now, we move to the air again, but this time the mission is surgical. The vampire bat is the most misunderstood player on the night team. Forget Dracula. This thing's practically a medical professional. It doesn't suck blood like a straw. It laps it carefully. It slices open a wound using razor-sharp incisors, then drinks without waking the host. Its saliva has an anticoagulant that keeps blood flowing. And here's the kicker. That same enzyme is used in stroke medicine. Nature keeps inventing things we spend billions trying to copy. Most bats weigh less than an ounce, but their teamwork is wild. They share blood with other bats that didn't feed, like a nighttime socialism system. Even in darkness, they've built community. So yeah, maybe the bat's not evil, just brutally efficient. The desert tarantula hawk wasp, the nemesis. The desert has rivalries, and this one's personal. Meet the tarantula hawk wasp, half angel, half demon, and the most metal insect on Earth. This wasp doesn't just kill tarantulas, it uses them. It hunts down full-grown spiders, paralyzes them with a sting so painful it makes grown men scream, then drags the body into a burrow. There, it lays a single egg on the still-living tarantula. When the larva hatches, it eats the spider alive, carefully avoiding vital organs so it stays fresh longer. That's not horror fiction, that's Tuesday in the desert. Even the tarantula, the desert's patient architect, bows out when this flying demon clock in. If vengeance had wings, it would look like this. The night scorpion, ultraviolet ghost. And finally, under a black light, the desert glows. That eerie green shimmer you see, that's the scorpion, glowing like a neon sign that says, I dare you. No one really knows why scorpions glow under UV. Some think it's communication. Others say it's camouflage, but whatever the reason, it's haunting. Under moonlight, they prowl silently, tails poised, sensors reading every vibration. They don't chase, they wait. And if you step too close, you'll find out the hard way that even the smallest creature can deliver the most unforgettable lesson. The desert never sleeps. The night shift in the desert doesn't get paid, it just survives. And that's the most elite paycheck of all. Every species out here works the same hustle. Conserve, outthink, outlast. No rest, no second chances, no mistakes. When the moon sets and the horizon starts to glow pink again, the day shift will wake up thinking they run this place. But the real ones, the silent killers, the patient hunters, they'll already be clocking out. Full bellies, clean kills, no evidence. That's the night shift. That's the desert's real power. And that's pre-planet. If you're loving this series, smash that subscribe button, drop a comment, and tell us, would you survive one night in North America's deadliest desert, or would you be breakfast before sunrise? The circle of survival. The desert isn't empty. It's alive, loud in its silence, rich in its brutality, and honest about one thing. Only those who adapt Survive. This is Preda Planet, where we've walked alongside the rattlesnakes, the coyotes, the owls, and the scorpions. We've seen speed, stealth, and venom. But here's the truth the desert hides under every dune. It's not just about who kills, it's about who keeps the cycle turning. Because even in a place built to break you, balance is the law. The web of predators. Every creature out here, from the tiniest beetle to the biggest hawk, plays a role. The coyote hunts the jackrabbit, the bobcat stalks the quail, the owl picks off the mice that steal from the kangaroo rat's pantry, and the kangaroo rat, it drops seeds wherever it runs, helping the next cactus grows, which feeds the insects, which feed the lizards, which feed the snakes. Death feeds life, life feeds death. And the loop continues, quiet and efficient, like a system that's been optimized for 1,000,000 years. That's the desert's economy. No waste, no mercy. The strong don't bully the weak, they balance them. When a predator disappears, the whole system cracks. Let the coyotes vanish and the rodents explode in number. Let the rattlesnakes die off and diseases spread through unchecked prey. The desert reminds us of a truth we've forgotten in cities. Every creature matters, even the one you fear. The dance of heat and hunger. Imagine being born into a world where every sunrise could kill you, where stepping out for food means stepping into a trap. That's the daily routine for desert life, yet somehow it works. Rattlesnakes evolve new strike techniques, roadrunners evolve faster reflexes, coyotes shift their hunting hours around heat waves, even plants fight back, releasing chemicals through their roots to poison competitors. The desert is survival as art form. Every move here has purpose, every mistake has consequence, and that's what makes it so powerful. Because you can't fake strength in the desert. It tests you until you earn it. Mirage of power. There's a saying out here. Everything that glitters in the desert is waiting to eat you. That's not just about predators. It's about perspective. The Gila monster doesn't care that it's slow. The kit fox doesn't envy the hawk's wings. The scorpion doesn't want to roar like a mountain lion. Each predator wins by being itself, perfectly optimized for its own lane. And maybe that's what draws us to study them. The desert doesn't reward imitation. It rewards identity. Every creature here is living proof that success means knowing what you're built for. So if you're listening to this, maybe the desert's not just talking about survival. Maybe it's talking about life, the night that never ends. When the sun goes down and the dunes cool, everything resets. The night shift clock in. Owls glide, spiders crawl, bats sweep low, and the scorpions blink neon under starlight. But it's not chaos, it's choreography. Every creature knows its role and timing. Who hunts first? Who hides when? Who takes the leftovers? Nothing is wasted, nothing is random. And when dawn returns, the sand looks clean again. No footprints, no feathers, no blood. Like it all just happened in the imagination of the desert itself. That's the illusion, the same one we live in every day. We think the world sleeps when we stop watching, but out here, even silence is alive. The human factor. And then there's us, the only predator that hunts for sport, not survival. The only creature that breaks the balance and then wonders why the heat feels harsher. We fence off the coyotes, drain the rivers, pave the dunes, and then call it progress. But the desert remembers. The rattlesnake population drops and rodents swarm cities. The owls lose hunting ground and scorpions crawl into garages. Nature doesn't disappear, it relocates. You can't delete a system that's been fine-tuned since before your species existed. You can only join it or fight it. And out here, fighting it is suicide. Maybe the desert doesn't hate us. Maybe it's just trying to teach us what resilience really means. The smart credit moment. Survive and thrive. Because whether you're in the desert or real life, it all comes down to management. Of time, of energy, of resources. You don't survive by guessing. You survive by tracking. The desert doesn't change overnight, but the creatures that survive it evolve quietly, relentlessly, until perfection looks effortless. Every dune holds fossils of what failed, and footprints of what adapted. You can almost hear the whisper in the wind, evolve or be forgotten. The hawk's wings sharpen. The coyote's howl echoes smarter. The sidewinder's dance grows faster. And the balance keeps turning, untouched, unstoppable. It's easy to fear the desert, but it's harder not to respect it, because the predators out here don't live to kill. They kill to live. Preda Planet. closing from the blazing heat to the cold moonlight, from the rattlesnake's strike to the scorpion's sting. You've seen how North America's wildest predators turned one of Earth's harshest environments into a masterpiece of balance. This isn't chaos. This is design. This is strategy. This is the circle of survival. And as we close our journey through the deserts of North America, we're not done. Not by a long shot. Because the wild doesn't end where the sand does. It stretches north into ice and storm. Next time on Preta Planet, we're heading into the Arctic, where the predators don't wait for the sun to rise because it never does. Hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and join us for the next expedition. Because the planet doesn't belong to humans. It belongs to the predators who never stopped adapting.